Hello guys, in this video I would like to explain about different types of variables, particularly in statistics, and generally you can say it's also true. Uh, in the initial, I will explain, talk about variables, types of variables, and then I will move to the examples from the real life so that you can understand what is meant by these types of variables. So let's move to the content. So this is the chart which can explain that there are two types of variables, mainly that is qualitative and quantitative. So qualitative variable mean the variable which have qualitative nature, which can be divided, which can be measured in different categories. Like it is mentioned that brand of the PC. I have example at the end as well, but this is here. So brand of PC, marital status, and hair color. So these are the three examples. You can see brand of PC you can write in different categories, maybe with the different specification. Marital status maybe married, non-married, single, or widowed, and etc. And hair color mean black, blonde, brunette, etc. So this is about the qualitative variable, which can be measured in different categories. We can also say this is categorical variable. And then come to the quantitative variable. Quantitative variable can be divided further into two types: discrete variable and continuous variable. So discrete variable means that the variable which we can measure, and you can say there is a jump in the values, like a variable which can take values 0, 1, 2. So there is obvious jump that move from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on. So that is called discrete variable, which have some jump in the values, like can consider the whole numbers or something like this. The example can be children are in a family. That's yeah, it is obvious that the children in the family can be 1, 2, 3, maybe 0 or 4, 5. It depends in which region, about which region you are talking. So that's can be like in the whole figure. Stroke on a golf hole with the same thing, which can be a number of stroke on a golf hole, and TV sit on. So this is the number of TV sit on, mean that maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So you cannot measure this like I have TV sits. I have 3.5 TV sits. That's not it's not correct. And similarly, if you say that I have 2.5 children, that's yeah, ridiculous. No meaning, no answer. So this is something about discrete variable. A continuous variable is the variable which can take values at different point, even between 0 and 1 there is a finite number of values. So continuous variable goes to these points, and we can say this is a continuous variable. It's not like discrete variable. So the example can be amount of income tax paid, weight of a student, yearly rainfall in Tampa, Finland. So these are some examples, but I have other examples so that can be more explainable and more near to the real life. So you can see that those examples as well. This is some of the these are a few examples of the qualitative variable, which is eye colors can be green, brown, blue, and maybe other color as well. And hair colors again the same, which is mentioned already. There's blonde, black, brunette, and so on. And gender can be male, female, or the third, the third one. So this three variable are qualitative variable and categorical variable. So this means that any variable which can be measured in category in different categories, that's qualitative variable. An example of discrete variable, number of students in a class. We already defined this variable. So now the example is number of students in a class, number of chairs in a hall, number of trees in a forest, and total number of stars in the sky. So you cannot, for each of them, you cannot say that I have 3.5 stars in the sky. I have 3.5 students in a class. So this is something interpretation about the variables, the discrete variables. Continuous variables, these are some of the example of continuous variables. So temperature at specific location is a continuous variable. We already defined this. according to their definition, you can understand temperature in a specific location as an example of continuous variable. Amount of precipitation in the Santa Fe. Santa Fe is the city of the place in the New Mexico City. So this means New Mexico. So this means that the precipitation is also a continuous variable, and pressure in the atmosphere. This is the third example of the continuous variable. So these all are the example of continuous variable, and you can see other variable which fulfill the definition of continuous variable or continuous variables. So this is all about today lecture. This means that we talked about different types of variables like qualitative and quantitative, and then we talked about two types under the category of quantitative variable, that is discrete variable and continuous variable, and then we talked about different example from the real lives. If you have any question, you can write in the comments, and I think this is enough for today. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Ciao.